Hello and welcome everyone, this is Yomi Productions. So, we got a bit of a longer video here today. This is, definitely, much longer than usual. There were some, there was a certain thing that I wanted to complete at the end of this that, took approximately an hour and a half in real life in order to actually get done on its own. So that got added to the, gameplay time, so it's like almost 3 hours long of gameplay that ended up happening for this one. Right now I'm going back and collecting some of the like puzzle stuff that I'd missed, like, you know, turning these fires out and whatnot. But yeah, gonna try and see if I can finish the I forget which cup it is, the Pegasus Cup, I think. Seeing if I can go ahead and get that done now, seeing as where I am at power-wise compared to last time, and just being more generally familiar with my abilities and just what I'm going to do for the final fight against Yuffie and Leon. I never realized he did the whole L thing. That's funny. But yeah, no, we definitely have a lot going on. So, in the meantime, let's go ahead and, I mentioned, gonna have to be, finding a place to, move to. Well, we found a place, pretty quickly, and we got that confirmed, so we'll be, moving out pretty soon. I'm going to try and get, the videos ready, so that, you know, I don't have to worry about that during the moving process, but there are no guarantees. I'm already super late for this video, and I do apologize for that. So I definitely have to, you know, get on top of that. I had to take a break between recordings for the gameplay. Definitely heavily got into my emotions on that. Which we'll address when we get to that. Let's see what else happened. My roommate finally hit 2 competitive goals for himself this week. He reached 1,000 rating on chess.com. From what I understand, that's a really good achievement to have achieved, and very proud of him on that. And then on top of that, Friday we ended up going to a Smash Bros tournament, and he ended up winning Lucky Losers. So, you know, that was really cool. It was great to be a part of. So yeah, no, he's definitely been doing a lot better on that, and you know, I threw my day away trying to play Lucario because someone made a challenge that I don't even think that they were taking seriously, but, you know, I decided to take it on because why not? I'm not really tied to anything at the moment. So, yeah, no, I did that and got to game 5 on my first round, and that was close as I got to winning. So, unfortunately, didn't win it out, but, you know, it was interesting to say the least. Definitely allowed me to view the game through a very different lens. So that's something for sure. But yeah, I should be going back to Game & Watch after that. So heading back to Hollow Bastion because you know, we got sidetracked with the library and everything, and yeah, no, this is just puzzle stuff happening, which I didn't realize was going to be a part of this, but you know what? That's whatever. Just running around trying to figure out what all the puzzle things are. So we got the red trinity to push that thing off, breaking the vases. Let's see, there was the thunder on that one tablet. Lighting all these candles. Am I missing anything? It's been a bit. Oh yeah, so the candle. What was the other one? See, I saved it because I thought that was it, and I could continue forward, but I was wrong on that. I'm struggling to remember what the last thing was. Oh, right, the pushing. See, I forget even after I've already completed it. I completely forget what was even done. It's always a funny thing to be happening. But yay, we continue on.
Why? It was mine.
Know this.
It was pretty good
Heart that is
voice acting on
strong and
Riku's
true
part.
shall win the Keyblade.
It's believable.
What? You're saying my heart's weaker than his?
For that instant it was. However, you can become stronger.
It's always a trap.
You showed no fear in stepping through the door to darkness. It held no terror for you. Plunge deeper into the darkness, and your heart will grow even stronger.
What should I do?
It's really quite simple. Open yourself to the darkness. That is all. Let your heart, your being, become darkness.
So this is the same guy that addressed us at the door on Destiny Island. We have the same robe and everything. During all this, like, in-between stuff, I need to be much more willing to spam my magic out there to end fights quicker. Just be honest. Or, you know, skip fights entirely. Because, don't always need to be doing those. Yeah, no, I am pretty tired. It's been a long day. We had a D&D earlier today, and it went pretty well. We left on a cliffhanger last time of one of the party members having just been stabbed by an assassin, so very close to death and everything. He lost over half his health in one attack, as assassins do. And, yeah, no, it went... So we followed up on that, and it was a annoying game of cat and mouse because they had the ability to use illusions. Yeah. But after a certain point, I had been pushed too far, I guess. Like, he tricked me again. Not like the second time, like this was several times in a row, and I kind of snapped, and it's like, fine. I guess now I'll try. Which, there's a meme in the Melee community based off of the documentary where it's like, now he will try type thing. And that's definitely the moment that I had. It's like, okay, fine. I'm not going to sit by anymore. Because I was just passively, like, wandering around. But he kept interrupting the things I was doing. Me as a player, having to deal with, what was it? We were having to... I say we. I was having to draw out the maze as we were walking through it. And between the last session and this session, I was frustrated with that. And especially because it was essentially just me doing it, and other people weren't involved in that process, and it was just long and tedious. And then he was interrupting that, and I had one too many interruptions, and so I did what I do best. I shut him down. The class that I'm playing is a bard, and this one specifically is the eloquence bard, which the funny haha ability that it has is the whole if you would roll below a 10 on the die roll, For a persuasion or deception check, you treat it as a 10. Making my minimum persuasion or deception roll 20 because I have expertise along with +4 charisma. That's frustrating enough to deal with, right? It's like, that's just the funny, like, social aspect. The combat situation is the fact that I can use my bonus action to reduce their saving throws against my spells equal to my inspiration die, which is a d8. So it makes my save spells more likely to succeed, and I've chosen mostly control type spells, things that'll incapacitate or charm people, or, you know, make them, you know, do things they normally wouldn't. Like suggestion is literally a spell that's like, you know, over the course of this next 8 hours, like you give them a sentence or two and they have to complete those within the next 8 hours, right? Or at least try to. You know, there's things like that. Hypnotic pattern, which is like a little image thing that pops up, and if they fail to save, they're in a daze. They're like incapacitated for a whole minute unless they take damage. You know, things like that. You know, those control type spells that like just kind of tell them that they're no longer part of combat. Well, in this cat and mouse game, he keeps running away after dealing damage to our fighter because he's the one that he's trying to assassinate. It's like, well, you know, you try and run away. We caught up to him. And I have yet to have any enemy, as long as I've been playing this character, which has been 3 or 4 sessions, to succeed against any of my saves because of that ability. So, yeah. I landed suggestion and suggested that he should, you know, take a breather and chill out with us for the next 8 hours.
So, I see the path.
So as a bargaining chip
emerged
for
at
his
last.
life in the middle of that, he ended up
to the darkness.
divulging secrets
it.
to the fighter
And the heartless will overrun this
to
world.
What
you know,
do I care? The darkness holds no power over me.
increase his
Rather,
quality
I
of
will
life
use its
in
power to
a
rule
sense.
all worlds.
Such
in exchange for his
confidence.
life and everything. So we got that sorted out, and yeah,
Oh,
he's alive. And next time,
ah,
it's going to be
impossible. The
gonna be
princesses
the
of
final
Heart are all
interaction.
here.
next time I get a hold of
must be
him,
her.
he's just gone. But you know, there's gonna be some time before that. You know, I've
Without
guaranteed
her
our
heart,
safety. So I've
She will
definitely.
never be able to release her power.
I've definitely protected the fighter better than anyone
The
else
king's
would be able to.
fools are here. I'll deal with them myself.
So yeah,
You stay here and guard the princesses.
it was definitely a trip. And now most of our problems are dealt with in this area. We're not going to have too much other issues to deal with.
I'm afraid you're too late.
So I'm super
Any
excited
moment
about
now, The final key will be
Um,
unsealed. This world will be plunged into
let's see.
darkness. It
So dealing
is
with Maleficent, we
unstoppable.
finally get to fight her.
We'll stop it.
It's going to be
After coming this
interesting
far, there's
to
no way we're gonna let that happen.
oh
You
man.
poor,
Ooh,
simple
exhaustion's hitting me.
fools. You think you can defeat
Um,
me? Me, the mistress of all evil!
Yeah, Mistress of All Evil. Yes, time to see how, you know, that fights. So very interesting. You know, you got floating platform and everything. This fight was a lot easier than I expected it to be. You know, and like this game does have interesting aspects of oh, how to explain it? Like environmental teaching. Like they use the environment to teach you certain mechanics, like having the floating chests around. If you know, experiment, test it out, you can use the gravity spell to lower the chest. Well, the same applies here. She has a floating platform. You use the gravity spell on it, it'll sink to the ground. So, you know, like that's good and all, but like, I don't know. I guess in general, I'm never in the mood for that type of like that type of like problem solving, I guess. So that's something I definitely, you know, like screw myself over on, but it's fine, I guess. Like, it does make some aspects like more difficult because I'm not as willing to learn like individual things. Yeah. Oh man, sorry. But, you know, regardless, it's not perfect. Not everything's like that. But yay, we defeated Maleficent. Woo! Which, like I said, was way easier than I expected it to be. Well, that's just one of like 5 boss battles, I think, that I have left. So I have like 4 more now.
Do you need some help?
Riku!
Yes, a Keyblade. But unlike yours, this Keyblade holds the power to unlock people's hearts. Allow me to demonstrate.
I wonder if they had them like record at the same time.
Now,
I doubt it. They probably just
open your
overlapped them.
heart. Surrender it to the darkness. Become darkness itself.
This is it. This power.
No, she's overtaken by the darkness.
The true.
After all that, like, you know, lecturing about, you know, keep control of yourself and everything, then she goes and does this. Which, I mean, you had to have her turn into a dragon at some point. I just didn't think, you know, it'd be her, like... I figured it'd be in her, like, normal moveset, you know, not just giving up her life and everything just for it to happen. This fight was even easier than the other one. It just took a bit of figuring out and patience, you know, but very much like slow and steady definitely wins the race. Especially with the Tinkerbell summon. The Tinkerbell summon is insane. Just like, because like I thought, because, you know, all this, in order to summon you have to have all your party members up. I assumed that as soon as like Donald or Goofy got knocked out, that she would disappear. But no, that's not the case. She just still stays around. So I guess the only way she get, you know, leaves is like you go down, which, you know, you already lost because you went down, or you dismiss her. But why would you dismiss her? Like, what's the point? What are you losing by having her around? Absolutely nothing. So in any situation where you have Donald and Goofy, like in boss battles, just summon her immediately. There's no point in not doing it. It's practically playing on easy mode. You just then have to not die. Just don't get hit for a while. And then you don't have to waste your magic on healing. You can focus on actually casting spells if there's, you know, room to do so. So yeah, this was definitely a battle of attrition more than anything, which is annoying, but I wasn't as frustrated because, like, I'm not getting just rolled over by invincible things or like things that are just, you know, hard to deal with. Like, you know, there's like counterplay to all of it, and I just got to be patient more than anything. And I'm fine with that, you know. I like dragons, I like fighting dragons, and so like this was, you know, a nice trade-off more than anything. So yeah. But going back and watching at 4 times speed is funny, because like this game is so slow when you're playing it. So like watching it go back at 4 times speed, it's just like a cat just like pawing at the ground, but every pawing creates a shockwave. So it's very funny to look back on. Also, like Ursula and Maleficent's laughs on 4 times speed is just so So funny. Which I believe I talked about back in the Ursula fight. It's just so weird to listen to. Oh, man. Yeah, these fireballs were like very inconsistent. Because like sometimes, you know, they just don't fly in a very good like homing path against you, which I guess is good for you because you don't want to deal with like highly accurate fireballs, especially with how many that there are. But you know, it just didn't seem to be like a rhyme or reason to like dodging them at all. It's just, you know, move around and hope. Because you can't just sit there and guard. Like, I thought you could spam guard pretty decently in this game. You can't. It's very slow, and the timing's very weird. It's not the worst, because, like, other games have much stricter timings. Like, you know, you got the Souls games that have a very strict timing. But the reward difference is huge. Because, like, in Souls, like, yeah, you get, like, a critical hit, and that hit does a lot of damage, and, you know, it saves a lot of time. Technically, as long as you can get that consistently. But here, nah. Even if like they're shooting a projectile and it reflects back, it generally doesn't do like enough damage versus like how much health that they have. Very much, big problem with this game is like so many of the bosses are just like very heavily just like, you know, HP just pools like oceans. It's crazy. Like bullet sponges, but you know, you don't really have bullets other than the fire spell. That shoots like a gun, right? Pew 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 pew. If I chose to. A lot of fire spells. And now
How
she's
ironic.
just like, that's supposed to be like black
She was
blood
just
or
another
black
puppet
ink
after
or
all.
something.
What?
The Heartless were using Maleficent from the beginning. She failed to notice the darkness in her heart eating away at her.
Mm-hmm.
A fitting end for such a fool.
Ironic. Giving the lectures, considering the lectures that she was giving. I need to go and figure out what the fire glow does. So, I just took a break to look at what the fire glow was, because I assumed it was like a summon of some sort. Oh, excuse me. I was right on that. Turns out that is a summon for Mushu. Yeah, so also learned how Tinkerbell goes away. That's really cool. So essentially, whenever Sora would go completely down, she would revive you and then disappear. So by far the best summon is definitely her. So you have her for getting through like actually like tough bosses and fights and all that. And then like the best summon for grinding is the Bambi. Because once you kill enough Heartless, you get oh, what was it? Oh, synthesis materials drop, which seems to be the only like good grinding method for getting the stuff that you need. Very
Kyrie!
curious why Donald didn't get separated, but Goofy did.
Kyrie! Kyrie!
It was weird.
Open your eyes!
It's no use. That girl has lost her heart. She cannot wake up.
Cool guys always sitting way
What?
above the
You!
action.
You're not Riku?
The keyhole cannot be completed, so long as the last Princess of Heart still sleeps.
The princess? Kyrie's a princess?
Yes. And without her power, the keyhole will remain incomplete. It is time she awakened.
Whoever you are, let Riku go! Give him back his heart!
But first, you must give the princess back her heart.
What's...
Don't you see yet? The princess's heart is responding. It has been there all along. Kyrie's heart rests within you.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Kyrie.
This
Kyrie's
stuff's
inside
always
me?
been confusing.
I know all that there is to know.
Tell me, who are you?
It is I, Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness. So, I shall release you now, Princess. Complete the keyhole with your power. Open the door. Lead me into everlasting darkness.
Sora! Forget it. There's no way you're taking Kyrie's heart.
His voice is so weird. Alright, so begins the long journey of trying to defeat Riku. So this was the thing I wanted to complete, and took an hour and a half. Like, my goodness. And just further explains why I'm not a fan of like the boss battles for this game. Like, it's just not satisfying to like struggle through. It really isn't. Like, and I don't know how to like voice that opinion. I really don't. Because like, so this is, you know, this is supposed to be like the pinnacle of like what, or these type of setups is like supposed to be the pinnacle of what your boss battles can be through like through the game's combat, right? In any type of like action combat game like this, right? The best fights are always going to be like other humanoid, like the humanoid rival that's supposed to have a moveset akin to yours, right? And this one is just, I think it just goes to show I don't enjoy the game's combat. I think that's all it shows. Like, seriously. It's like, it does nothing but like emphasize that I don't want to play any of the other games. Like, even on games I get to play as Riku, it's just not worth it. I don't enjoy the combat itself. Now, I can understand why, like, people, you know, would like aspects of it, but I really don't enjoy the combat. I don't. So, yeah, no. I think this is just very much another game that I would only really enjoy for the lore that it provides and like how the characters are. And I don't even know what they're like later. Like, I can tell you right now, I don't like Riku's Kingdom Hearts 3 design. Like, yo. Honestly, he looks like a mixture of like this Riku plus Chris Pratt from Parks and Rec. Like, visually, that's what that reminds me of. Like him being anime-fied. Like, and that is just like very off-putting. But you know, that's it's whatever. I'm glad that I gave it a shot. You know, gave it a fair shot. You know, I'm still not done with the game because like this is boss battle 3 out of 5 supposedly that I have left. From what I understand, I should only have 2 more boss battles if I remember correctly. But yeah, no, like I gave it a fair shot because I will finish it. I will. I'm not gonna stop it early. You know, might as well finish it. Don't think it'll change my opinion. So, you know, it's whatever. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, no, it's just I find it disappointing because like I was really hoping to be a fan of this series. Like so many people love it, and I liked a lot of the music, and I'm a fan of Riku, right? But you know, it just didn't pan out. You know, disappointing, but you know, you just got to deal with what you got to deal with. But yeah, I will be excited to be done with it, because then I can focus on the Dark Cloud one, which you know, has still got quite a bit left. I just finished the second village, so I only have like 4 more to go. So definitely gonna have to spend a lot more time and energy into that one, and well, honestly, I think I'm at a point that I might just start cheating on that one because so much time spent just into grinding for the like weapon attributes and such, and that's, you know, it's not really, I don't know. I feel like that's one of those games, like, there's not much reason to go through all of it again. Right? Like, honestly, just, yeah, like, I feel like it's definitely a game that you should definitely, like, play for, like, the first experience. But after that, there's just not. There's not a lot of reason to do it again, because it's definitely one of those linear RPG things that there's not going to be, you know, the variance you're looking for. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do that and then I'll just start, you know, sprinting through the game. I don't know. Even then, it'll still take a bit because you gotta, you know, actually run through, collect the stuff, you know, assemble it all and all. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Because otherwise, we were looking at it probably another month to just to finish it. I'd like to get it done as soon as possible. I think what I'm going to do is, while doing Dark Cloud, I think I'll do the other 2 videos I was wanting to do instead of waiting for Dark Cloud to be done. Since Kingdom Hearts is so close, I'm planning on trying to get Kingdom Hearts to be only 1 more video. So however long, you know, however much gameplay that's going to require, I'll go ahead and put that effort in. So, yeah, oh, I save up and I still haven't gotten. Never mind, that's gonna have to wait a little bit. But I still gotta get the HDMI for the PS2. Wait, no. I don't think I can. I wonder if I could screen record the TV itself. How would that work? That's something to test out, because I now have a TV that has the AV cords, but also has HDMI ports. So let me check that real quick. Yeah, 1 second. So yeah, no, it definitely has that. So that may work. I may have found a workaround, and that'd be really cool. Because I only ever researched how to do. Sorry for the loud. I only know how to use the capture card. The like specific way, but if this is a funny workaround, then hey, that works. So, that's something to definitely test out. Because like what I have at like my desk space is like 2 different TVs that only have like a single HDMI port. I wonder how that would work and whether that changed the, I wonder if that would change the, like, any of the, like, recording aspects to it. I don't know. Super excited to try it, because that'll save me, like, 30 to 40 bucks right there. Especially since I really only plan on doing it for like 1 video, because like at that point I'd have to like figure out more PS2 games that I want to do that kind of thing with. Because like the only one that like I've been craving to like play is the 2 Towers. So, I don't know. I guess the only other thing is, I guess I could try to do the speedrun thing for DMC3, but on the original game. But I don't think I'd be successful with that, because, one, that's one of the 2 DMC games that I have not finished was the original 3 and 5 Special Edition. I don't have 5 Special Edition, I think. I don't think I ever bought it. But I definitely have the original 3. At least I have the case for it over there. I don't know what it should be. But even so, if you're not aware, the original DMC3, it was a retaliation by the people that made it. Apparently us in the West were complaining about how easy DMC2 was, and so what they did with the American release of the game was they made normal mode, you start on, that's your only option to start, is equivalent to their hard mode. And if you played 3 Special Edition, that is also what hard mode would be on that one as well. The Special Edition was made to be more like the Japanese release, where the difficulty was And honestly, now that I think about it, I need to actually go and figure out what the other difficulties were like then. Because, like, if that's true, then technically wouldn't Daunting Must Die be even harder than normal, or is it you have easy, which is probably like normal, and then you have hard, or then you have normal, which is like hard, or then you have hard mode, like hard mode normally is, and that's normal. Or is Dante Must Die? Is that just like, you know, an extra like hard thing to do? So I don't know. It'd be very interesting. Actually, let me do that right now because this fight
Behold the power of darkness. Surrender. Here it comes. Here it comes. Open your heart to darkness.
So, before we get to that, yeah, this especially this phase of the fight was so annoying. Like, I came so close with this fight right here. Like, every time he does this, he goes invincible, right? And then I have to go into the void. And my goodness, is it a struggle. Like, he's severely a struggle. And it's like, look how low he is, and then he goes invincible like, at the last second. It's so frustrating. And yeah, it was at this point, funny interaction happened. So he goes invisible again. Last second, I died. So the reason it cut out is because I slammed on the desk immediately as that happened, and I'm glad that I went back and saved. And stopped playing, because while I was going back to save, I looked over, the recording had stopped. Me slamming the table had stopped the recording. So I jostled the keyboard enough for the spacebar to hit. I'm guessing, you know, whatever button would stop it. So yeah, no, I'm glad I stopped at that point, because if I hadn't and gone back into the fight and actually won and looked over and then none of that was recorded, I would have been severely upset, because one, I'd have to do the fight again, or just you wouldn't have been able to see it. Like, I would have just moved on, and that is just disappointing in of itself. But so yeah, no, I definitely took a break, waited till the next day, which I believe was, yeah, this morning when I woke up, went and tackled it again. The new definitely had become more patient and had a better strategy behind it. So let's see here. Through here. Original version of the MC3 has 4 difficulties when we Exclude using all hard and bumping the style. Extensive testing has shown that the style mode is expensive across all 4 regions, so we can just take the grid. Oh. Use a way to represent all difficulty coding in a diagram. Each difficulty are quite complex. Hard mode, and it's 75% more health. This is essentially correct as it reads. Shown to have 250 HP across all difficulties. It's still the most conceptually easy way I can represent difficulties, but okay, cool. Gotcha. Alright, well that answers the question, the main question I had. So, the original DMC3 had only 4 difficulties. 4 main difficulties. Easy, normal, hard, and Dante Must Die. So, but nowadays you have easy, normal, hard, and very hard Dante Must Die. So what it is in the original, easy is normal on the American version. Then normal is hard mode, and then the American hard mode is what is now the very hard mode. So that is interesting. Okay, well that really just that solves that. So that's cool. So yeah, big mistake that I made here, going back to this game, is I made all those changes, and I didn't realize this, but when you continue, it reverts all the changes back to before the fight, before you had made those changes. So yeah, I should have went back into the save mode, so I end up getting into, spoilers, I lose this particular fight, and go back into the next one without the proper setup, so it's kind of whatever. Look, I've lost count now. I'm pretty sure this is like fight number, I think I go through this fight like 5 or 6 times. I don't even know. It was frustrating to sit through because, like, you saw the close fight that I had earlier, how long that took. Now you do that like 4 or 5 times. It's insane. It adds up real quick. Yeah, no, had a better strategy going in. Not everything was working out, but and something that I realized when I was fighting against Ursula was you get to keep all these, like, or at least from what I am noticing, you get to keep all your tech points that you earned while in these fights. And with this Riku fight, like, I'm definitely earning a lot of tech points, so I definitely want to keep all those lying around. Yeah, and that's really going to help me cover a lot of the levels that I feel like I'm missing. Not just from, like, defeating the bosses, but getting a lot of tech points from fighting this guy. But besides that, I don't really know. Yet another defeat. Try and rush through and get started on the next round. And, oh boy. So, essentially, I'm wanting to bait him into his little dive attack, and then, like, hit him out of that, which is not always. It's supposed to be like the time where, like, he's open to attacks. Him holding up the Keyblade there, he immediately blocks and retaliates if you hit it. So after time, when he, like, drops it and then hit him. But with the dive attack with a little fissure, that's when he's supposed to be open for like attacks. And yeah, that's when I'm trying to hit him. When he starts throwing those out, the goal is to guard those to reflect them, which, you know, this is where I learned that like I cannot spam guard as much as I want to. So a lot of the time has been weird, and reflecting it will, you know, deal some damage to him. But yeah, no, it has been frustrating to learn this. It definitely wasn't a satisfying learning process. I don't know. Like, we still, I mean, this isn't the final boss, so like there's still room for, like, you know, a good boss fight. But like I think this has technically actually been the best boss fight, but it just was not a fun process to learn. Because like a lot of the boss fights have been like mindless, just like mashing on their face with the Keyblade. I don't know, I feel like maybe the first Maleficent fight was more rewarding in the fact that, you know, you got to use the things you learned from the environment to like help take down her boss fight. But it also has, it's like the middle ground between like using your brain and then just like mashing Keyblade on it. So I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, I guess it's fine. Regardless,
Show me your power.
like, as far as like the game goes within its own context, it's one of the better fights, but like none of the fights have been all that enjoyable.
Well, what now?
And I don't know, this may just be like an issue with my own mindset, because there's a lot of difficult things that I attempt in my life when it comes to gaming that when they're finally accomplished, it's more of relief more than like satisfaction, right? Like generally it's supposed to be like, you know, yes, I finally overcame this thing, and like that feeling of like being rewarded for your hard work. But oftentimes I find myself how to put this, like I find myself relieved that it's over, because the entire process feels like me just banging my head against the wall. And this is definitely something that I definitely learned through, or learned about myself through playing Smash Bros. Like, especially when I was playing against Ominous, that it constantly felt like I was beating my head against the wall, because I wasn't I wasn't approaching the game properly. I wasn't strategizing, coming up with game plans, and like I never really have. I've always approached it as feeling my way through a fight, and not trying to put the least amount of effort forward, and that inevitably always bites me in the end. It really does. And it has for anything that's like difficult. Because like most of my life I've been above average enough to be like above average at almost anything that I do, but there's a cap to that ceiling, and there always has been. For example, I played clarinet in band, and it's like I was just naturally good at it. I would not touch the instrument at all during the summer break. Come back already better than I was, when we left. And it's just no rhyme or reason for that. It's just how it was. And so I never forced myself to learn how to practice, nothing like that. And yeah, it was just like I'm ahead of everyone in skill through just sheer natural feeling of it, right? Faking it till you make it. That's been a motto for most of my life. And then eventually, the people who truly deserved to be, amongst the top. So for example, with the clarinets, the ones that deserve to be, I'm the best in the band in this section. Got it. They got that because they truly learned how to practice and have discipline. So they eventually surpassed me, as they should have, because they earned it. And that's why I suffer a lot of imposter syndrome on a lot of things. If I do succeed in something, it doesn't. I don't know. It feels like nothing. So yeah, I don't know. It's definitely been. It's definitely been a struggle that I've fought. Which, I don't know, definitely not found a solution for it, but I'm content for the majority of things in my life, right? It's not like I'm not depressed anymore, anything like that. It's just a matter of constantly seeking ways to and just trying to optimize my current life. Because that's a habit I've found myself going into a lot, is trying to optimize. And I think that's a habit I picked up from playing Keyblade, is trying to optimize how good something works, right? And I'm gonna actually put it in a way that, especially when it comes to work, that I'm constantly trying to I'm constantly putting forth the least amount of required energy for something to be accomplished, for the job that needs to be accomplished. And I essentially approach that to practically everything. There are several things that I have needlessly made more complicated, but as a general rule, path of least resistance type things. Definitely curious how I'm going to come out the other end once I read the books that I want to read, finish some of the games that I want to finish. I don't know. What's after that? What will I do? What will I use to operate my career? I don't know. And it's going to be interesting to find out. But first, I gotta read those books. I'm super excited because there's a lot of books. One of them, and I'll probably start with it because it's only one and it's not a book series. Oh no, I shouldn't start with that. Actually, I need to read the Kantara books because I still haven't finished the first one after its official release. Kantara the Traveler, written by Stephen and Mary Weller. Yeah, I recently got the second book for that came out, Kantara the Cap. I feel so bad for not like getting to that. I talk about optimizing, but like I do not optimize my time well at all. I think that's mainly because the list of hobbies I picked, I decided to start on instead of doing later. The things that have start or actually doing the YouTube videos. There's no end to that, right? There's only the end you make for it. Like, you can keep going unless you get banned, but like, that's a lot of work to accomplish. It truly is. That's not something that I'm willing to do. So there's that, and then the Smash Bros, which I'm not even putting forth like the required, or not even required, like I'm not even putting forth the effort to make the time I'm using worth it. I'm just like frolicking around, and then the in-between time I'm just spending on like watching anime or Legend of Seeker. And that takes a lot of time. So yeah, I don't know. Definitely need to go through and start removing the animes that I'm not actually going to finish. But yeah, it's like I need to shorten that list, but I have made progress on that at least. The downside is some of the things that I have picked to watch have been things that aren't fully out and that they're slowly releasing. Like I've been watching Solo Leveling.
The keyhole's not
I was watching Returner's Magic to be Special, but that finished.
Maybe we gotta go
so
wake Kyrie up.
I think you're right.
It's been a thing. It's been a trip.
But how?
But speaking of trips,
A Keyblade
we
that
finally
unlocks people's
defeated
hearts. I
Riku.
wonder.
That part
Sora?
of this game is done. Finally moving on. So happy.
Sora, hold on.
But like, is the Kingdom Key Sora's Keyblade? Is it the only one that like if you lose possession of it, it goes like back to you? Because like anytime anyone like grabs it, it goes back to Sora. So like why? Right? Do the other Keyblades do that? And if so, why was this one left behind? Why didn't it go back to Ansem taking Riku's body, right? I don't know, just whatever. Oh, this is the song from the beginning, but without the lyrics. Oh, I want to go back and listen to that. That video, right? Because that's practically a music video. That's at the beginning of the game. That alone made me like want to love this game.
Sora!
I'm just so sad that it didn't. But also, does this just insinuate that he was only the carrier
Into darkness.
of the hearts of the Princesses of Heart? Like, that doesn't make sense.
Sora?
Or is this what it means to quote-unquote
Are you really?
fall into darkness?
No. He can't
But
be.
that, like, that
I
can't
won't
be
let
true.
him go.
Because, like, Maleficent got to stay behind.
You have awakened at last, princess.
Riku stayed
The
behind.
keyhole
He
is
merged
now
with
complete.
this guy.
You have served your purpose,
This is
but
Ansem.
now it's over.
Do you think we can stop him all by ourselves?
Impossible.
No. You won't use me for this.
Let's go, Riku.
You've got to run. The Heartless are coming.
Riku's amazing. Like, he made mistakes. We get it. Okay? What edgy rival to the main character doesn't make some, like, weird mistakes like that? Alright, well. This is Sora. Now. So, like, did he not have his own heart? I'm so confused. Him waddling around already looked funky playing it. But watching it on 4 times is just hilarious. It's just so goofy. But yeah, no, I got lost during this section. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I had no idea how I was gonna, like, get back. So I was just, like, floundering around trying to figure out just how to get where I'm trying to go. But you know what? Doesn't matter. We got there in the end. That's all that matters. I kind of feel like this section kind of just like pads the runtime, I guess. Because it doesn't feel significant. Because, like, there's this section. Right? You know? You do all that. You get one cutscene. And then he's fixed. Also, why isn't he just straight up killed on the spot?
Is that you?
Just it doesn't make sense.
This time I'll protect you.
Please, show us your wonderful power.
Sora!
Hugging him. Yep, of course.
Irie!
Of course, that is your strength. Just hug him and then, oh look, he's fine. How?
Sorry. Thank you.
I don't...
Sora!
Is that just supposed to mean that, like, the Heartless just need a hug, or they just need some love? Is there, like, some heart splitting going on? What in the world's happening?
Go now!
Makes no sense.
Come with us!
I told you before, I'm not leaving without Belle.
Let's go, Beast.
Oh, go! The Heartless are coming.
Alright. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Tell me what happened.
I don't know. This game just felt like just unconnected.
So the darkness is flowing out of
Just
that keyhole.
Random events happening.
No wonder there are more and more Heartless everywhere.
Just, I
The
don't
only
know.
way to stop them is...
I don't know. Maybe
Seal
I'm
the
just,
keyhole,
you
right?
know, being a
Maybe,
pessimist.
But no one knows what will happen once it's sealed.
Well, we can't just stay here. We have to do something. I've got a friend back there.
That's right. You have one more friend to worry about. Riku's Keyblade must have been born of the captive princess's hearts. Just like that keyhole you saw. Of course, without Kairi's heart, it remained incomplete. Once that Keyblade was destroyed, the princess's hearts should have been freed. Don't worry, Sora.
Okay, cool.
If
So,
anyone can
like,
save your
the
friend,
other princess's hearts
you
made
can.
up that Keyblade. Sure, whatever. But that still insinuates that, like, Sora didn't have his own heart. He was only... No, it doesn't make sense either. Oh, why did he become a Heartless when he freed Kyrie's heart from himself. I don't understand. I don't know. Anyway, if you enjoyed today's video, please like and subscribe. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers so we can hit the ad revenue. If not, that's fine. You know, we'll all move on with our lives. But please share it with a friend to increase our chances. So, hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for being here. Sorry about my pessimism. Just don't be pessimistic like me. Thank you.